Hi everybody, we're back with another video, and today we're going to be going a little bit more in depth about how to use Zoom when you're actually in it. We've already talked about how to download it. If you want to look at that video, it will be in the same playlist in which you're watching this video. I hope that this video is helpful actually seeing a Zoom call in action. So let's go ahead and hop into one right now. So we got an invitation here from a Zoom meeting. So let's click on that. And again, if you need help getting into your Gmail, you can watch the video that will be out very shortly in a few days. So let's go ahead and click on the link, because remember, you can do the link. You can also use manually type in the meeting ID and the password, but the link is the fast way to do it because it gets you right past the password and you just get straight into the meeting. So let's go ahead and click on that. And then you will get to this page. The meeting ID should be filled in. And you're now in the meeting. So now everyone's in it.
Hi.
To turn on your audio or turn off your audio, there's going to be a little microphone button in the corner. So let's first try muting and turning off the audio. So you're going to bring your mouse and your cursor down here to the microphone and click the button right there. So now everything I'm saying, everyone else on the call can't hear. So this is really useful when you have people who are in your house making a lot of noise and you don't want all the background noise around you to affect other people in the meeting. So that's when I like to mute. It's also helpful when someone else is talking, like a teacher, and you want to kind of be doing other things kind of in the background if you don't necessarily need to be speaking or responding to what they're saying. So mute is a very helpful thing to know. For now, let's unmute by just clicking on that same button. And now everyone can hear the audio again. So now in order to turn off the video, let's say you're in a really messy part of the house, or there's family running around all over the place, or you're not dressed, you're still in your pajamas, whatever it might be, you can go down here to this button with the video, and you can click on stop video. So all of a sudden, everyone else in the call can still hear what I'm saying, but they can't see my face. And so it'll keep going like this for as long as I keep the video off. But if I ever want to start the video back in, let's say everyone else starts to show their face in the meeting, then I can go click on start video again. And now everyone can see my face again. And so it's a pretty simple process to mute, to start and stop the video. Let's go over some more functionality things on Zoom. So to look at who's in the meeting or who's not in the meeting, you're going to click where it says participants. So now that you see participants, there's a lot of different buttons that you can click or down in the corner here, and we'll get to those in a second. But what you can see in participants is this is everyone who's in the meeting right now. And you can start an individual Zoom or microphone call with them if you'd like. But for the most part, it's just helpful to see who's in it or not. You can also mute people if there's a lot of background noise or whatever it might be. In the bottom here is a very helpful tool, especially if you are in a meeting with a teacher and they ask you to have your Zoom muted so you don't interrupt things, but they still want you to be engaged. So what you can do is you can click raise hand if they ask you to do that. So let's try that out now. So everyone will see, and the host of the meeting will see that you've been raising your hand. And then if you ever stop having a question, then you can click lower hand. It's pretty simple. If they ask you a question that has a yes or no answer, you can either hit yes, and that'll put a green check next to your name, or you can click no, and there will be a red X next to your name. If you want people to go slower, maybe if they're talking too fast in the meeting, then you can click this button, and you'll see that symbol. And if people highlight it, they'll see that that means that they want you to go slower. You can also say if people are talking too slowly for whatever reason, you can say go faster by clicking on that button. Lastly, if we go into more, there's going to be some other options. So this is you left your computer, but you'll be back soon. So if you click that, everyone will see that you're not at your computer right now. So that can be a helpful thing if, let's say, you got up to go to the bathroom or whatever other reason you might need to get up from your computer. This one you shouldn't use too often. It just kind of means you need a break, according to Zoom. I don't know why you would use that, but there is there if you need an option. So let's go ahead and deactivate that by just clicking on it again. To clap for people, let's say someone did something good or they answered a question correctly, and you want to go ahead and clap for them, then you can do that there, and a little clap icon will show up next to your name. And then there's thumbs up and thumbs down. So let's say someone says something that's really intelligent or that you agree with, then you probably want a thumbs up, because that gives them the affirmation that what they were saying was right or added a lot to the conversation. But if you disagree with what they say, or maybe they said something that you dislike, or let's say you're with your friends or your family and you're in a disagreement, then you want to click the thumbs down to disapprove of whatever they are saying or not saying. So in this video, we've learned all the different controls, and we've learned how to mute and to stop and start video. So now let's go into two more things. So let's go ahead and close the window there. So there's a very helpful chat tool here. So you're going to want to click on the little speech bubble, and you're going to see this chat. So you can send a message to everybody saying, and now everyone will see that message pop up on their screen. And so this is helpful in class conversations. Let's say you're muted, but you still want to maybe ask a question to the teacher that they can answer. I've definitely used this feature a lot in my Zoom calls, and they can respond back to you. Additionally, if you want to send private messages to individual people, you can click on this menu right here where it says everyone, and you can click on individual people. So let's say I want to message this person, Lucia, then I can click on her name, and then I can type in a message. And so now nobody else in the call except for me and Lucia can see that chat. And so we can have a side conversation. So obviously having side conversations when you're in the middle of a class period maybe isn't what you want to be doing. But let's say you're with your friends and you just want to talk to one person in specific to ask them a question, or maybe you're in a class environment and one person, maybe you're misunderstanding something, so you want to get clarification from a friend without interrupting the class, or you just want to talk to the teacher individually. There's all sorts of different uses for private messages. So you can do that by clicking on next to two and picking the person that you want from the list. And the last thing we're going to talk about is, we talked about it a little bit in the last video, but just kind of confirm and kind of see it in action to switch between speaker and gallery view. So right now we're in gallery view, and as you can see, everyone has an equally sized box on the screen, and you can see everybody. And this is nice. You see everyone's reactions. They're smiling, they're moving around, they're doing this, they're doing that. However, let's say it's one person. In this case, it would be me talking a lot and everyone else is talking a little bit less. Then I'd go ahead and click on speaker view. So this is again helpful when I have, let's say, a teacher who wants to talk, for example. And so I go to speaker view, and I would see the big screen is whoever's talking or whoever I want to pay attention to. And the smaller screen is going to be me or other people in the conversation. And in order to toggle in between people, you can click on this little thumbtack here and click on that, and that'll pin that page to the screen. And if you ever want to deactivate the pinning, then you can go to this pin in the corner and click on that. And all of a sudden, it will switch fluidly between different people. And so that is how to use the different views between gallery and speaker view. Again, gallery view is useful when you have large groups of people and you want to kind of see everyone's faces, but speaker view can also be helpful when it's one teacher giving a lecture. So that has been Zoom basics. I hope it cleared some things up in the last video, and now you have learned how to download Zoom and you have seen Zoom in action. So I hope you can use Zoom calls with ease now. Thank you. Bye.